Saloon Police. Una name don't play. It's still a hard one for una. For come and can't tell you exactly what happened. But within a country where no matter what happen, that man go see na it. You expect me for can resign? For say you know it's in, I messed up. I really messed up, and you know what? I'm out. Not a country. Yeah. But we still need una for can't tell we waiting happen. And at the true we want, because each time una they come, which una they talk, no they add up to waiting the last person be talk. I talk na Alhaji say that particular side day where the IG talk say he want kill himself, it just kinda head. He not thinking well. He not thinking well. Eh? He not thinking. He just kinda head no more. Because if you be thinking say, we have smart people now. We go question everything what you say. If I be just hold back and just grip that SOP, that soup. And if I just grip you and they full. But that pusher, say be one for commit suicide. I mean then creep in it. The other one then all of them creep, they waiting them be one commit. Come on now. We need a police we get integrity. We need a police we forget faith pan. We need a police way if something go wrong. Now me for run go police. Because I trust the police. But with waiting they come out up and this thing. Well long talk and I say, not to LAJ for say, oh no. I make attention at the police, the institution. It's a state institution. It get a function for make me and you feel safe na the country. For make we property and feel safe. Now police dey for. But if they not manifest that, then we're going to question. Like what they do so now. The first man talk. Somebody lied to him. Or I ain't lied to we. We say they not cut the ear. By the end of the day, they be don't cut and done. Because they be don't see done. The second man talk. He come with 1964. All the act. He go to 1916. 1916, now go. But the law be did it for corrector. So all what he talk, you know, all water. Ukomodi. And then now this morning, where the IGM be don't listen. Say they don't go tell you number one man where they talk, say what he talk no all water. They think say the IG go come clean. For who say? The IG in just increase the level. Naya. Yes, Albert, you don't follow this case small. From the criminal professor mind. Teach we small bar.
All right. First and foremost, I want to say good morning because I'm inside of Kuwait. Now 04:20 in the morning. So I want to say good morning. So now over and there, good evening. So yes, about this issue with the police and the alleged suspect, which is LAJ. So when we start talking about police professionalism or the criminal justice stage, the police in all aspects are wrong in this. And you get in one of my chapter where I talk about the police or about law. First and foremost, you need to understand that nobody is above the law. That means me, you, or even the police. So let's get that one established. After that, yes, if we know a suspect commit a said act, then we need to go through the proper criminal justice stage. Okay, we say now, Pookie or John Doe commit this robbery. Okay, then we start the process of investigation. Investigation meaning we gather fact, evidence make sure say now this suspect or Pookie commit the said act. You get what I call beyond reasonable doubt. So once we don't know say now Pookie commit or John Doe for example purposes, because I never use the suspect name. So we just they say John Doe or Pookie. So we don't know now say Pookie now commit this act. Then we go to the judge for seek a warrant of arrest or arrest warrant. Once we don't seek an arrest warrant, then before we they arrest this suspect or interrogate the suspect, like the good doctor be say, we get what they call Miranda warning or Miranda right. That means you have the right to remain silent. Anything you use against you will be used in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. And if one cannot be provided, if you cannot provide one, then the state will provide one. So we read the suspect all in Miranda rights, etc., etc. I hope you and your listener they follow me. Then once we don't read the suspect in Miranda rights or warning, then we can apprehend the suspect. Once we apprehend the suspect, now the suspect is under with care. It does not mean we have to maltreat the suspect. No, the suspect they under with care. We have to take care of this suspect. Make sure we not do anything. Make sure we not torture the suspect or something. So what can the police do? They are wrong. They not follow Miranda warning, or like the LAJ say they pull the suspects in here. You have what they call cruel and unusual punishment. Now that the police do. I hope you they follow me or you listener. So the police they are wrong in all. That's why I put down a comment say the criminal justice system or the components of the criminal justice system. And when we start talking about the components of the criminal justice system, we talk about the police court correction. So those components they need to be revamped. And if they're not revamped, we go always get such problems. You have what they call police misconduct. Are the SLP doing police misconduct or the Salon police? Yes, they do police misconduct. You get what they call problem police officers. You and you listener go ask, what's in a problem police officers? Well, problem police officers, these are officers where every day they create problem for the police. People, civilian, the citizen, they complain every day about the police. So those officers, those are problem police officers, police brutality. And you get what they call excessive use of force. And all these things we are mentioned, they happen over there with the Salon police. Until these issues they're taken care of, we will still get police misconduct, police abuse, police corruption, police brutality, and I can go on and on. And if I say they go on and on, it will be an all days class where I teach you and you listener. I hope you follow me.
Yes. So you left fire?
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
I'll go left for now.
Okay, all right. We want to say thanks to Professor Albert Lansana, na criminal justice tutor na a big university na United States. And whenever we can get the issues here, we can always try for come with them. Make it just can, make we understand. This is the one that they teach police them. Albert, I feel say maybe where you can go salon so go find make you go give 1 or 2 training. I don't know no more now. Pro bono. I don't know pro bono. If you go find make you go give 1 or 2 lectures them, so we police have able benefits from them thing here. But Sierra Leone police, when I name the play right now, and the music is not sweet for dance. Still they expect to now for own up. We not say like una tell we wetin no happen no, but una tell we wetin happen. One for tell us when thank you. Welcome with doctor. Let me waiting you take on today on. Welcome on board, Dr. Isatu Kakejalo. Get the platform.
Yes, hi, good evening. Good morning to many others. I hope so. We all did do well. Happy Monday. Thanks to you, thanks to us friend and to the listeners and viewers them now and one them we get for watch and listen later. To the people in our salon with within they go on right now we country, you know, it's just one thing where we don't discuss now on Saturday and we don't talk extensively on things and where we feel see how the police they handle things them not correct as well as how we judiciary system they work we really know they work in the favor of the individuals them then they try for work towards something for make it become you know factual and that we know they see they happen now we country and as it is right now they see justice being delayed and we justice is delayed we know saying that justice being denied with waiting we don't see if we don't definitely confirm and from Saturday to now we don't confirm say yes indeed them being shave off LAJ in here as well as the victim way them say also get beaten at the police station also they face a delayance in own justice level but law we just take them and for we will listen to the reporting where Umaru Fufana gi na BBC. I think me want focus on that particular side today as the statement we come up from the IG where it talk about say the artist this we salon artist when LAJ been one for commit suicide. He use in dreadlocks say he want for commit suicide. Now that make them cut or shave in here. Okay, why you not just cut onto a length or you do something you get a psychology, or a psychologist, I would say, we go come and evaluate this person. I'm sure if we systems and correct na the country, things like this call for medical attention where see you get on somebody where you they whole hostage or you do hold on because of you don't do something or you dey in a detention you for bring in a medical personnel for make sure say then go evaluate them. Is this person suicidal? Waiting show say this person suicidal. Waiting at some of the proof then say yes indeed he been one for using dreadlocks for entangle himself or twist him around in neck for make he go kill himself. Waiting at some of the history from this young man or from this man for say you don't ever try for attempt suicide. That's not a big question and for me not a big yes way then just talk about way in a it show clear lack of incompetency where it can to with police, where it can to the IG. This IG for the fact that remains where we did watch and we dey see how certain things and they happen under in watch. It do so many things and we really they call for a resignation and sometimes now that I think we for continue for the voice. How can you make that claim where you not get proof say yes this man indeed be attempt for commit suicide so you feel say you best option now for shave off in entire year you not get any restraints they not get other restraints them for make sure say they restrain them so go cause harm to himself. I emphasize now the last time. The only time when they inject anybody with a medication for sedate them, meaning make sure say either it puts them to sleep, now because say this person is self-harm or this person is harm to others. But you can restrain these patients. And some of them tend and we where they work now hospital, they see where they do a limb restraint for individuals then like that way it be say that not a chemical restraint but now like that physical restraints they and the police get that with them where I would say the handcuff enough for make say you can handcuff this individual for like not restraining, like not commit suicide, and then get a medical help for make them go do an evaluation. That was not done. Now a statement upon statement, statement upon statement, or press release upon press release will not make one sense. And we all know saying everything when they talk right now just that cover that thing when they just for coverting them, we know to the fact. So me, the BS, let's stop. I just feel say let's stop. And you say something now, so we're very important. And I think say I kind of highlight that again on Saturday. People them where they go out there for go give news or for go report on things and where they happen within this group. Some of the individuals them, were arrested and detained for no reason. So you want to see anybody where they bring news to the general public, where they report on issues them na the country because enough favor una that moment una for arrest them. So what are we doing to our country? What are we doing to Sierra Leone? Sierra Leone not supposed to be a nation where people can have freedom of speech. If somebody commit a crime, there are steps them where you for do. You charge them to court, you tell them say now this you don't do, this what you do, you are being charged for it, so and so. You have the right to an attorney where it be say that attorney they now will advise you. And if you're not able to afford one, the state supposed to have for present you with one. And that's not any country where really they take in judiciary system very seriously, and also they take human rights very seriously. But in this particular light, we don't see and it's fact. And we all they see is they all over, and every statement where they come up from the police department in this matter, they show clear evidence say, what, they are really not taking our judiciary system seriously, because there are not any laws them now with constitution we go tell you say because somebody do something, and if you feel say he do indeed, go prove an a court, let you charge them. But they never do that yet. They want for go around the circles, because all we don't they get from Saturday is just going around the circle. Now this new statement, if you want kill himself. If you want kill himself, you want using dreadlocks, he tie his neck around, then kill himself. Like seriously, let we ask this question: does it make any sense? So you feel say the best option first, no, na part of we think what should they do now? So this particular place, or anybody we can also we get here, we they pull here, they pull here, then they go cut the other people in here just for cover up, which they do to LAJ. I think that's what they are doing. Trust me, that's what they just did, and they don't want to accept it. And the biggest lie of all, that he wanted to commit suicide. Trust me, that's not the truth. Let them bring a video that shows that the cameras them waiting within that place, if there was any, say that this if they do now make we kind of restrain them, we get an injection for sedate them, and then we decide say what, we need to stop it because it was so violent. If they try for hurt other people them, so they shaving it off. Does that make any sense here? It not make one sense, and it not even make anybody where they listen. Somebody said when I go school, go understand say now BS, now bull crap, and that's all they do. Keep lying and keep saying things that does not make sense, and then try for create fear within the people, them, the citizens, them, their mind say, what, you're not free in this country, and then we call ourselves a democratic republic of Sierra Leone. How do you see that in this 21st century? The IG need for resign. And we feel say we president needs for come and condemn things like this, because I appoint them. Now I appoint this particular person, and also the people them in charge now with judiciary system need for really act fast and make sure say them put measures them in place, so then kind tea are not go repeat themselves again. So not be feel say if for cutting here, but na baby na tolo na the girl pull all the year. Seriously, come on, like. At the end of the day, as you think about it, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. And for the person at the gas station, and office say, wait till they talk now for try for avoid anybody in your own case. Nobody should be beaten where you go work. Because when they see some of the postings them where people then they say, well, this person come out, he go hand a living. Yes, but I think this don't become a case now between a claim say so person beats you now a gas station. I think let them take on to the laws and let the law deal with them. But in doing so, somebody now where everybody knows say yes, he gets some issues them with the law, they'll suffer certain consequences them where it be say now a violation to inhuman rights. Yeah, now a violation to human rights, and we hope say the justice be served for everybody. The person with them beaten at the gas station and then pull video for really proof say yes in this happened, and if indeed it was what they claim, then let the law take its due course. But I'm sure Mr. Barr himself get forget in your own side of this story, and with the hope say then gain the opportunity for really speak to the general public. But waiting I see they go on right now. Waiting I see they go on right now. There is so much psychological problem where they go on where it can to this way they don't do to them. And let's be careful. Let's just be careful. Now, even though they don't tag and say it's right for commit suicide, but who knows what would happen after all this? Who knows? That's all I can get for say today, because every day we problems in our Sierra Leone, they done. They done. It's really heartbreaking when they talk about it, and it's really stressful when we can, even think about it. And I just feel say we lost them, we systems them, we country need better reform. We come to the judiciary system at the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Like I'm with Tony Lawyer, waiting in get for it today. Welcome on board, Tony, to your Jones. You get the platform.
Yeah, Abraham, thanks for having me. Kushe Cabo Family. I think this nami a simple matter where the police try for blow out of proportion. You understand? Because this not to foresee na it's reason matter. Nobody no died, no kill person. It's an alleged that then go to a gas station, then go do this, take money or this or that, they no one pay. Invite them. Fair enough, there was a police station we said and go all LAJ, right now Kisi Road. Invite them make you go down Ross Road, which was fair enough. But asking them to come all the way to Congo Cross and everything, they can't there. I think say I mean this is something when we don't cook up. This they just use this opportunity for demoralize and probably for take advantage over institutions. You understand? We know say yes, you don't get multiple cases, multiple instances, issues where you don't get to other people. For me, I can always say a legit institution, it need more help. It need help. You understand? But the cover up what the police they try for do one for killing self, for me, it don't make sense. Make a tell something. Doctor mention something where it talk about mechanical restraint or whatever they want for do, and you can do answer, you can do 4 points or 6 points restraint. You understand? The thing is simpler. Even if the police IG they tell me say or they tell we say it want for commit suicide, they must still wear clothes. It can use in clothes for commit suicide. You they strip out with your teeth. So that was a funny, smart in the way they try for putter. People then they commit suicide with their clothes, then they rip out with their teeth, even when you didn't have area. So you put out either on 1-to-1 or you get more help and bring us some side where say you're going to forget the needed help. But the whole thing here, when you look at the whole scenario here, it's something where just like where you they come up with they can say you say. The day where you broke glass plate, your mama no go beat you, you go warn you. You understand? The day when our water and say go to come on, water, you go say, now they then go take then go for punish you heavy. You understand? This is not right. So there is LAJ. It can be somebody else because we see a lot of people and they defend the police. Other people they say this. We know they defend LAJ and say make police not do their work. You have your right to do your work. And the way they do your work, invite them. Invite them, you go get in statement. From there, if you want for keep them, you keep them for 24 hours, whatever you want for keep. And then you charge him matter go court. You understand? But you telling us now that, you want for commit suicide or you can't go Benghazi. You understand? Benghazi, all the people when they can't go Benghazi, now people that way now hardcore criminals. People who don't commit bad crime. People who don't get into certain in situation where people do not die. Now that they establish their own way where they call Benghazi. If you see that place where they can't go Benghazi, it's like a torture center. Now place where they really go deal with you where they left you. The one where they left you, if you're not for think of committing the same crime. You understand? But this is not Rwanda. This is between two civilians, two people there where this say. You understand? Invite them. The situation was really, really simple. But you can tell we say you caught the man in the head. You understand? What about the other two people then? They also want to commit suicide? Because you will say this man will do and this because basically he want for commit suicide. What about the other two? We can visit with them bab. If you want for cutting yourself, you could get a decent bab. But the one where you do it show aggression, it show like when you hate somebody. The kind where they bab all them people there, not to bab for say, make you give them nice bab. We don't suppose not to now work for bab. But that kind where you bab the person, so not to bab, you're not bab for saving life. You bab for disrespect them. You bab for create you bab for with like like you get something, you get anger over the person. Now that kind of way they disgrace them. And it's a disrespect. I'm saying this today is LAJ. Other people, the police have been doing this thing. Nobody know they say something. You talk something about Floyd Mayweather. You understand? That guy where they kill. Them don't they kill series of other people then. But when they reach to Floyd, you see you see how people they galvanize, how the whole world come in support. We are not supporting LAJ. But what we are saying here is today is LAJ. If the police begin to do them here, then they go free just like how they don't do several murders them. It happened at Tomo, it happened elsewhere in other places. They will still continue doing it. So you where the support, we're not the kind with the support LAJ. No, it's a civil matter. Charge the matter, go court. If we don't got a lawyer, we don't got this, they go into the matter, get forensic experts or whatever who then go there for waiting and call because nobody know them at the scene. Get it all information, get good information about the whole thing. But shaving the man head, I think that was so bad. That was really, really disrespectful. Salon police, Abraham, we police they have some good ones. I know they come and doing blankets where they go. They have some good ones. But the one that were really bad for me, I've seen them plenty. And they cause all the problems there. We have seen so many times in Salon where riots will not be, tension will not be, we see police they run. Always now they always the fall victim. No. If they do the good thing, people then go, we go say them. But in this particular instance where Apple so, I think say they were wrong. They were really absolutely wrong. LAJ has get more people. Mickey always say LAJ need more help. We'll talk to the family after this situation, this incident. If the family ready, make them pull outside this whole environment. Let them pull and come out salon. If now any way they know, see them go forgive them help. Let them give her. You need more help. You need a therapist. You need this. We all know the circumstances where LAJ be there. We all know the situations. Passive somebody. So it's not like some people they say, why not the Apple? Where MRC? Why not this? Why not the other people? No. They say they stay cool because of certain reasons. But LAJ in your own situation is very different. It's different from the other artists that we talk about. So if you say they get series of cases, one after the other, it needs when somebody is depressed, when somebody is this, somebody has been like in that kind of a situation, anything can happen. It's not just taking him to Benghazi. He doesn't need Benghazi. Probably they will say, okay, let us have a counselor for him. Let's get a therapist. Let's get somebody who will go able for help because it's becoming a pattern. It's like every quarter or every 2 months or every this, there was one issue or the other. He needs that kind of help. You understand? But you telling us that, you shave him because you want for killing yourself. No, there was no history. There is no history of saying this person want for commit, even when being deported. Or the people that say, deport, you're not killing yourself. Why go kill himself? Now today they're not the local police. Why not kill himself? All the other times they were not the Ola. So now this man away this now go kill himself and he still wear clothes. Even the trousers wear get string panna. Why not use the string for killing himself? The sweatpants or shorts wear. You understand? So then the police for really use this particular one, make it be a learning for them. Let be this like a cross road where in certain situations where apply not use anger in their judgments. Make them not use emotions in doing their job. Because when you use emotions in discharging your duty, these are the outcomes. Because nobody need a reason. No man just feel say they all the high. And these are the time for free. When you go to that place, most of the officers they high. They high, they bad. Then they take drugs pass people that where you go say in a long bench. They're all high. You see, even when you call them for riots, when they go for riot, then they make like say they make like say na K9 dog day. Now so then they're so aggressive, they're so this. No. When they talk about police partnership, they talk about police, what they call your job is not for discharge your job. Now, very intelligent job. If you meet smart police where they talk to you, they let police. Not a job where they use one mat for discharge your duty. Now, job where you be polite and get your facts, get your details where you need. There was a better way to handle the situation. Even if the guy was aggressive at that particular moment, there's a better way where person will come and say, bro, can we talk? Now, 1 second, there was one person for the way for calm. But when them with police, they go arrest. They all charge. They all high. They all. Then they take the thing past the body themselves not treat, bruh. That particular place, just go do undercover with the call and see. They're all high. So then there's no way the decision already impaired. They already got under the influence. How you don't go take somebody, say, one guy person go and say, well, I'll baby head. Pap, they say, no, babam. Nobody, because there's a standard procedure, a standard protocol, then for think. If for think say, then now you go against in human rights. If now willing follow on above, yes. Show we documents say he willing, say, I the bar because I have a commit suicide. But he didn't say nothing like that. Even the lawyer, his own lawyer, not say anything. He said he might not even tell about that. And even in the woman who asked us, the police they report. Said the man for commit suicide. It was just a cover up. Well, not make sense that much. It not really make sense at all. Let me learn from this. The learning here is let us use emotions in discharging their duties. So many times they see how police they react to riots, how police they react. Look, them students when they reach up Ipam. We they forget sensitive scenarios and that's what when they reach Tombo. We get several instances for to them. We go name say we go there past 10, 15. Where police they reach and scene where riots or issue then they happen. Instead of them come and handle the situation maturely or do them in a professional manner, then they even hyper. Then they get the situation get worse, out of hands just because they're already, they're under the influence. So let them learn from this. Every time there's an incident, every time there's a riot, now them always people they target. Therefore, learn from them. Say, the way in the discharge and duty has to be more professional. There has to be more professional. This is for LAJ today. We they talk because anybody when they listen at the diaspora, you go to man a salon, anything like that, see I happen with you. Say you happen for the inside the motorcar. They all on all. So that me don't take that. It's just a cover up, but that not get base. Get base. Because if you want man kill himself, he can use in clothes. He can use several things. He can use in crepe lace. In crepe where he can take the lace, he strangle himself. Several things that the way they're in confinement, where he can use for killing himself. Not for just in dread. Several things that when they will think of why do not do it? Why do not put on 1 to 1? Or why do not do certain other things? Okay, let we can go now hospital or something. That's the me take care, but it was just a cover up, but it doesn't make sense, bro.
Thank you very much, Tony. We come with Alpha. There we are. You waiting in get for you. Welcome on board, Alpha CC. You get the platform, sir.
Thank you very much, Triple A. I want to say good evening from my side and good evening to all listeners. Good morning, depending on where you get away from. Triple A, the first word I will start for say this is a big disgrace and a shame to the Sierra Leone police force. It's very clear. In fact, if you follow the text or the chat line, I will ask which constitution will they use. The very first one, the first interview we then do with that deputy and spokesperson, he made it very clear. And I follow up till Sunday, now AYV on Sunday. I can quote Samuel Wise right here. He say he invite the police them for come na AYV on Sunday. He say police they tell and say some man say they normally the name be shown into this whole saga where they go on. So that's first of all to tell you that the police then they try for do a cover-up game. And it's clear again. We don't go to the second interview when the one we then do now 98.1. It is but very clear. The police when media one with the quotes 19 is it 68 64 public order act this that.
Yeah,
1960. And it's very clear, Triple A. We are not using all those waiting and call again. We are using the 1991 Constitution. So the 1991 Constitution make am very clear. Any other law wey gets contrary to wetin the 1991 Constitution say is the Constitution that stands. So there is no way, like I said yesterday or a couple of days ago, the police are just looking for a way to cover up these things. And for make them show maturity, they should come out and accept their fault. Then maybe we overreacted. And let me make this very clear to the public today again. All these things they are saying is allege. Let's say we then carry matter go court, like we don't reach in a court, then they presume the court find LA innocent. Would they return his hair again? Would they return all the things that don't cause him? Would they return it back to him? You know, certain time then you see the law say we are presumed innocent until we have been proven by a competent law court. So the law court not prove this man guilty yet. Why we don't punish him already? If the man we don't prove the court we don't prove the man guilty of all the charges, all the allegations so they make, fine. Okay, then we can and say, okay, maybe that's the way they want for treat a criminal, because that's any the man don't be declared a criminal. But you look at this entire thing from the IGO, the Media One spokesman, everybody when they talk is allege. But then why have you punished, or why are you punishing this guy when they're already an alleged case? Have you proven it guilty? No. So if the if Media One they quotes 1964, 19 this, 19 that, the Constitution made it very clear. So for me, this is an all cover-up game. I can tell anybody. Now a cover-up game, then they do. And the funny thing when they're not able to forget, when you look at all the statements where they make from the IG, suicide the IG take we. He said now the man want for commit suicide with the ear. Lord God, are we honest to this nation? How can somebody use his hair to commit suicide? Somebody with value in ear and a part of a model. When you watch the picture, you see that the man is a different person all of a sudden. His hairstyle is part of his model. So if the police, they can't say this man want use the ear, the IG they say the man want use the ear, why can't you charge the man again for that matter? For trying to commit suicide? Charge the man for that instead of cutting the ear. And like when doc me, they say, you know, I will reduce the ear, you cut it, you make them bald. It's against human rights. It's against human rights. Let nobody know what they call this. Let we left for put this in politics. Let we left for put some power. What they call, you know, look, injustice to one is injustice for all. This thing in LA for them, people they say na scapegoat, people they say na sacrifice. Everybody getting your justification. But like we can say, pray you know for in the hands of the wrong people or the police force. You will regret it. Another point I want for make AAA, because me I always they give a point they're very clear. You see, Sierra Leone police will be very difficult for me transparent and independent. I've said it the last time here and I will repeat it again for people to understand. We police get what to call independent police complaint board. Tell me who are in this police complaint board. They are all police officers. So can they investigate this matter? And do we expect to get a positive result that we are all seeing and glaring in front of us? No way. If not for that, let them begin investigate. All the cases they say they investigate from Pademba Road Saga, from Mile 91, you name all this one, McKinney, have they come out specifically say, yes, we investigation will carry out. Now this person, now the bad egg inside the police with the discipline, now with the fact to they do XYZ to and so other police officers, they will know how to perform their duty. We've not seen one up till today. So now this, even if they say they will investigate this thing, I tell you how independent is this police complaint board, independent police complaint board. How independent are they? So if we have a whole institution like that, they get a particular place, then call them Benghazi. When a place where, if you look at the meaning of Benghazi, we don't need forget them kind in this 21st century, we don't need forget them. Like I said the last time, I wrote a thesis on holding centers. I look at Libya holding centers there. I look at the one at Italy. When are for immigrants and they go look at the facility, not to a church facility, not to say where they go beat and what they call. If we said LAJ was put in a holding center, go and look at the definition for a holding center. Then you will tell me if what he has gone through is if that's the criteria or the characteristics of a holding center. No way. I want to end up with this one, people. We are not saying, again, if the law prove LA guilty, he get right for do what he do to the guy at the gas station. Yeah, but what would they say? Let we stand and let we tell the police that look, certain things that they don't want at the handle now, you guys are not right. Let them stop them kind here. And let the police then know say people then deserve rights. No sooner you fall in the hands of police, then go treat you. You see police, they buckle person, if they blow person in the face. Why? So for me, and from, I speak from the bottom of my heart. I know what they see LA with me eye. I only they listen music because they sing fine music. But the fact remains, this is not about LA, and this is not about defending LA. The fact remains, we are speaking out for make police brutality stop. We get several incidents of police where then they kill person. We don't know where police don't kill person for land. Today, that's how the case ends. So how do we trust these people that way? Their number one goal is to protect lives and property. How can we trust them way? Now then they cause the atrocity on the people. Anyway, I want for all I people. Let God help you in other country.
Thank you very much, Alpha. Like I'm with us friend. Let me hear what's in get on this one. Welcome on board, us friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chipule, for giving me the platform, and thanks for continue this story of this with brother and Salon, or everybody in intention data. We know a lot. We don't begin to talk here and the abuse of process, because the process the institution where the govern that area, the owner, the police, now the process wouldn't be applied now with the system be abused. Waiting have been the abuse will be highlights few things in the weekend about the process wouldn't take the pattern they wouldn't stay and the statement they wouldn't make and the action where they don't do prior to judgment or prior to let the person they go for for judgment, because then duty will not say that for just prosecute a suspect where the prosecutor will give the evidence, will pile them, will see the threshold, where if you do for say this, you go na court or detention, whatever, or bail, will give all those to the court, then they go ahead. But during this process, we see a lot of areas that would abuse the process. I mean, not mean say sometimes they say when they talk wrong about the duty, they have areas where they are doing well. But yeah, when they talk about the institution itself, they work to evidence-based policing. They know they look into evidence, they know they look into past issues, they know they make best available evidence, we then be able to get for decide. But now we picture what they do way that the main subject and the main site, first of all, now that Benghazi, what thing actually been bring that Benghazi, I believe say that because of that civil be end. Tijan Kaba Institute when they keep the food is and call that people them before when they institute that human rights and a court of law for letting them investigate Charles Taylor in the Fodisanko and others, but that was the wouldn't be interrogate some few people them wouldn't be able for whole some of them they out in prison. But the point here that was the aim, but they're not being the actor now when the court been did. The court been proceed and do a lot of things, let them get for whole, let them get for put in prison, just still always still in a prison, all those things. Then they come to the other successive one they will be come after. Then we keep on there, but you will not be really much about them. So when I even some people and they ask what he did. So then it's the nickname and that way. Then the finally then why I come now, we see them before don't just demolish them, but we find out after all this just because of this uproar, we don't see something really happen there when a section would they use for holding Instead of they get jails and prisons, so they go keep people in for time for wait for trial, then use that subsections there for holding people them. But that was for high risk people who have been exposed with guns, who then get knives, who then be defect with weapons, that the war front, for they bring it to justice, with people who have been in the streets, who are rebels, who they try for gather. So then we lead that fight, so then therefore keep them confined. So that we left. So that was the reason why. But now we can see the police, they'll use that method there for letting go hide behind something where they see a generic, a specific. But waiting then they see like something where in logbook they go with the standards. When they talk about their own generics, they not they go with waiting the evidence they say. In they give you a pile of sections, a pile of the code, a pile of their own acts as a police based on the years they don't go. And then you get the constitution where they on one side. So it becomes like a battle between the constitution, which is which in get more priority, or which one was superior, and then the act. So you see, say then the fact for say we are independent now at this stage, you're saying it in some form in a passive way, because then they say according to we own book, if this pass under, according to this years. So then the government just flick them up and say, well, will they work according to the law, the constitution, and would they argue where we now these barristers. So you see the conflict between the constitution and their own area where they talk about standards of operation or practice when they put into. So you will see, first of all, there is no timeline of the communication. When I can always say, when una not get somebody, una just say, uphold me, what I they say. So una run back, una go all meeting, una expecting, una then go call. Then we talk this based on evidence, based on solid facts, because there is what they call scarcity of trust. The trust is very scarce. Nobody not able to see them. Forget them. It's very hard. So how we will make it available to the public? So then we're able to buy this trust from we then go see we institution we work for the good. So this is the way when they go about it now. For letting go buy the trust. Everybody they come giving you of the version of events. Everybody they come and they give a version of events. Looking at the dreadlocks about health. You look into health, it's very difficult because you might think that because the man who was in here or not because of this. But then they come over and say he might tie himself. So but you go think say that man is it the type man where go do him? Then the timeliness of the SOP, what they put, we can oversight something else for say, let we rebrand them. So you see, instead of them demolishing, going to evidence base, available evidence, we then go use from informed challenges that they don't get. The informed challenges that they don't get, they say, now people that they kill the one of the policeman, or the person that attempt for killing because they are revealing things, forgetting that it was not that time when the war being end, when nobody not get mobile phones safe. Because mobile phones, as I know, like it was just late towards the 90s or so, but when you want to, so you see that those things were not documented. So when everything you do, they are battling with social media, they are battling with the correspondent, they are battling with the public, then they battle with their own documentation, and then they battle with the executive power who then get for battle. So it becomes a battle of mental work. So for that, would they suggest say, no, go before the way then get for do things. Then get for find out see the expert witness, then get for user, the expert witness who then get for use the rules of evidence, who then they use, we don't know which rules of evidence, then they use the assumption, the opinion, say the man, he don't go do this, he don't go do this, and we feel say they do this, the father will do this. All those expert opinion, we hope say they will bring them for them will be rules where they go with the evidence guidelines so that the man will get a judgment. It is separate from him where you go act for go fight, but it is the point of the area wherein we don't get the government, we don't go sign international treaties, the ratification of the international human rights, the second optional protocol where we put an international convention where it go up to about the international convention on civil political rights, one of the ICPR, and you get the one of the most recent one where it is creep, and it is creeping. And I'm saying it. When I was saying creeping, It is the universal periodic review. And let them note while they are doing these things, wherever is concerned, let them look into the universal periodic review where they don't institute, where they do it every year, and they don't put on a 2011. They don't give reports. They talk about how they act inside it, and they clearly address the treatment of political prisoners and the civil society and how then they hold them people there, they deal with them, and we know say 1 or 2 cases then they don't carry them go on. Have been the case study. One of that person when they shoot that was not 2-3 years back or 2.5 years in that areas of election. They get other cases that wouldn't they bring, and this is periodic. And based on the level of Unayon, we the say this it look fragile to waiting una be don't do back una the truth and reconciliation for peace. It go pull all the money will the one day we concern the donor developers they don't can put some well can put court now in a place. It is evidence in Congo, they have done it and it's ongoing. They not just accept them, it go to Congo as I'm saying. So it might be say will replicate them, yonder back because we actually get residuals of that we caught. They when a part of that building, they wouldn't they misuse so now for dealing with people. So on that side, the residuals, they still there, the treaties, and they wouldn't go see, well, we now been get expired, they will not just call the law, can't see what you do here. We are not saying that will reach. We're not saying people and therefore be convicted, but these are the things where they ask for development, and they ask for funds, so that we are not going to just request the funds for let that international body, they reckon for do in principle, but when it comes to practice, when they bring something, when develop them, when I don't pull the libel law, when I try for say, well, now we reproduce and now we rebrand them. But instead of when I try for seal them and build them up, when they rebrand them, just like that picking a house. I don't know if 1 or 2 of your friends and they did like that. Where you say, what's in the happening yonder? Why that about the hell? You know the big brother or the sister. You say, no, it doesn't hell no more. Then what if I can't tinap before you say go tinap in the sea now? But because sometimes you hand along it, you really they put your hand there, you back, you pinch your sister. No, I don't do nothing. All be no jokes and do what they do. So that is similar when the human rights, then they come, or when they come, oh, don't do this, but you hand they behind, they pinch that man, but you forget say glass they behind you like submarine. If they show before to that man, the man they see you hand, if they go, well now here they happen, so now we things are revealing because of consistency in communication. Then the truth we don't scarce, we don't want for bring come, they know they bring and refine, they know they follow constitutional laws, the evidence when they base, we don't know if it's evidence based, but the evidence based, they say within the act sooner because of people that don't die there, people that don't do the, but there is no consistency. We know say then put them for high level prisoners when be the whole amount detainees, not even prisoners. So that why they be pull on this. So therefore try to change the office day, a place where they be able to try for the use other things like cyber law training and other things and train the police them in human behavior with one big word like you say anthropology that they look into the mortal man in your behavior, how they change, how I go approach him, I go aggressive, I go able to go get as a convict, then he go accept the crime, what he don't do. And when the man accepts the crime, you not force and he gets a resistance on a material. You know, you don't make the person tower. So you they try for make let the person accept. And when he accept, that's when they recoil, he accept in behavior they do. So now you not even for rebrand. When they go attack certain areas and people like this, we don't know what's in the goal and the man in mind. We don't know a state of mind. We want to deal with time in the way as a human being, so the country go before because now start. Now person old man, thousands that they follow. So we want to deal with our people who get psychological ideas, how to deal with those people. I don't have to use many words, but this is how I'm gonna put it down. But say that's another area where they will put inside instead of bring SO for can create aid for say we can't do that because of health, now because of this are not the SO. The SOs when they put for bridge now the SOs of ethics when they show how we not able to deal with them people who don't cause crime, they not curtail crimes. If not crime, we're not able to get evidence because we now know they depend on forensics because of the type of policing they do. We still get lack of forensics. Camera no dey, other things they not go dey, but una dey forget expert evidence una get for use because there is no other forensic evidence when they use except expert evidence with truth. God go make we get programmation. So let God help the police them. then they become an independent police who they investigate. And we're not gonna say it easy because there's a lot of things we tied to that. But gradually they think of the legacy, let not become a cycle of attitude of people and we hostile, the institutions are hostile, then people are hostile, then we'll get a peaceful way. Thank you very much, and may God bless world. God bless you, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much, his friend.
You're most welcome. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Salon Police. When a name don't play. It's still a hard one for una. For come and can't tell you exactly what happened. But within a country where no matter what thing happen, that man go see na it. You expect me for can resign? For say you know it's in, I messed up. I really messed up, and you know what? I'm out. Not to country. Yeah. But we still need una for can't tell we waiting happen. And at the true we want because each time una they come, which una they talk, no they add up to waiting the last person be talk. I talk na Alhaji now see that particular side day where the IG talk say he want kill himself, it just kinda hid. He not thinking well. He not thinking well. Eh? He not thinking. He just kinda hid no more. Because if you be thinking say we have smart people now. We go question everything we you say. If I be just hold back and just grip that SOP, that soup. And if I just grip you and they full. But that push her. Say we want for commit suicide. I mean then creep in it. The other one then all then creep they waiting them want commit. Come on now. We need a police we get integrity. We need a police we forget faith pan. We need a police way if something go wrong. Now me for run go police. Because I trust the police. But with waiting they come out up and this thing. Well long talk and I say not to LAJ for say no. I make a attention at the police, the institution. It's a state institution. It get a function for make me and you feel safe na the country. For make we property and feel safe. Now police dey for. But if they not manifest that, then we're going to question. Like what they do so now. The first man talk. Somebody lied to him. Or I ain't lied to we. We say they not cut the year. By the end of the day, they be don't cut and done. Because they be don't see done. The second man talk. He come with 1964. All the act. He go to 1916. 1916, now go. But the law be did it for corrector. So all what he talk, all water. Ukomodi. And then now this morning, where the IGM be don't listen. Say they don't go tell you number one man where they talk, say what he talk no all water. They think say the IG go come clean. For who say? The IG in just increase the level. Now yeah. I got up yeah. Today, now they left the program. No calls. I be away. But they ain't call today. Yeah? But we want Salon Police. That one we Kit Bid will be aimed for. A force for good. They rebranded Salon Police. Because the one again now. This particular one. A cause for concern. And not to we want. Yeah? Go there back tomorrow. I see people and they say the red liquid substance where Salon Police deny say inject her with nothing and well. Okay. Until it don't begin go cut now. Hmm? You don't begin go court now. Alright. Yeah, all than they pass. This we country we love so much. Wait, this we country guys sabi pack for we. Sabi pack. I they use the 1916 law na today. Nobody know the call. And the 1916 you know they use. Yeah? IG. They say you need for resign. Actually, what you do. Alright. 1916 say no calls today. That will be a. Yeah? When I thank you.